Today, we're jumping into something truly uplifting. It's a deep dive into a business that's doing more than just cleaning cars. It's washing away barriers and creating some really profound opportunities.
Yeah, it's a great story. We've gathered insights from a couple of key places. There's a Good News Network article that was published August 7th, 2025. The title gives you a clue. Car Wash hires all autistic staff to wash away burials. 10 years later, there's now 4 Florida locations.
Okay.
And we also pulled from a CBS Miami YouTube video transcript that once called Rising Tide Car Wash provides employment and a sense of purpose for adults with autism.
Right. So our mission today really is to unpack the inspiring story behind this place, Rising Tide Car Wash. We want to explore its, unique way of hiring, understand how it's grown so much over the last decade, and kind of distill what makes it such a powerful example of, well, inclusion and purpose for adults on the autism spectrum. What's the first thing that really jumps out at you as we start looking into this?
Well, right from the start, it's the motivation. It's
Yeah.
just so deeply personal. The founder, John D. Roddy, he actually came up with the whole idea because he was worried about his son, Andrew. Andrew's on the autism spectrum.
Ah, okay.
And John wasn't just thinking about, a job for Andrew. He pictured a really meaningful life for him after high school. He wanted to have work, sure, but also friends, independence, not just relying on others.
Right.
And Andrew's brother even said it became clear they had to, take action so Andrew could have the full adult life that we knew he was capable of. That really shows you the driving force behind it all. It's powerful stuff.
So that very personal need to take action, it turned into a car wash. A car wash with this specific and really powerful mission. How did the initial idea become this unique business?
Well, if you look at the bigger picture, Rising Tide Car Wash deliberately hires an all-autistic staff, or neurodivergent staff is maybe the better term.
Real divergent, right? For anyone less familiar, that just means people whose brains process things a bit differently, right? Often with unique strengths.
Exactly. Strengths that maybe aren't always recognized or valued in more typical workplaces. And the CBS Miami video puts it really interestingly. They say Rising Tide is sort of making neurotypical abnormal. They do that by building an environment that's all about psychological safety and belonging. It's designed for their employees.
And the results, the growth seems pretty incredible. The Good News Network first covered them way back in 2015. They just started then, employed 35 people. Sounds like a strong start, but what about now, a decade on?
Yeah, well, fast forward 10 years. So as of August 7th, 2025, Rising Tide now employs 90 neurodivergent adults.
90? Wow.
It's quite something. And they've expanded, too. From that first location, they now have 3 running in Florida, Margate, Parkland, and Coral Springs. And there's a 4th one planned for Pompano Bay in 2026.
That's fantastic.
It really shows how one person's vision, when it's done right, with that understanding, can genuinely, like the article says, lift all boats.
That growth is seriously impressive. But let's dig into why it works so well. What is it about this environment that helps the employees? And why a car wash? Is there something specific about that setting?
That's a great question. There's some really good insight from Michelle Hintz. She's a psychologist with the Cadenza Center for Psychotherapy and the Arts. And she's actually a regular customer at Rising Tide, which is interesting.
Oh, neat.
She points out that, honestly, there just aren't that many meaningful opportunities out there for individuals with high-functioning autism. It really makes you think, how many other places could adapt to create work that's genuinely impactful like this?
Yeah, good point. And she mentioned something about the act of cleaning a car itself being beneficial.
Exactly. She explains it brilliantly. There's this clear arc of success when you clean a car.
A clear arc of success.
Yeah, think about it. The car comes in dirty, right?
Uh-huh.
Then it gets all covered in suds. And then through the employee's work, their focused effort, it starts to sparkle and shine.
Mm-hmm.
They can literally see the progress. They see the result of their work right there. And as she puts it, quite profoundly, I think, that's all we want, is to know that we actually succeeded in something.
Wow.
That immediate, tangible feedback, that validation, it's incredibly powerful, especially maybe for people who thrive with structure and, visible results.
That makes so much sense. That visual confirmation of, I did this, it's powerful.
Hmm.
But maybe the most compelling part, for me anyway, is hearing from the employees themselves, the people whose lives have really been changed by this place.
Oh, absolutely. And Andrew Deary, the son who started it all, he says it so directly. He says, "It's my life. What would you do if I didn't have this? I wouldn't have a job."
Gosh.
And he also shares, quite simply, the thing that makes me happy is cleaning cars.
Hmm.
I mean, that says so much, doesn't it? About purpose and dignity and finding joy in your work.
It really does. And it's not only about that feeling of purpose, right? It's also about, well, the practical stuff, the tangible rewards. Financial independence is huge.
Yes, definitely. Another employee, Ryan Brody, he sums it up really well. He says, I like working on the cars because it's so easy for me. Makes sense with what we were just saying.
Right, the clear process.
Exactly. And then he adds, the best thing of having a job is that I make so much money.
Huh, fair enough.
And another employee echoes that sentiment, saying, I work here because I get a lot of money, and I work. I talk to the customers.
Hmm.
So you see, it hits all these different points. It's a structured environment. The task is clear. They feel competent. They get paid, which means independence. And they even get that chance for, positive social interaction with customers. It's kind of the whole package for a fulfilling adult life.
It really is this whole deep dive into Rising Tide Car Wash. It really highlights how a focused vision, when you combine it with real understanding and intentional design,
Yeah.
it can create these just extraordinary opportunities
Mhm.
and that profound sense of belonging. It's such a powerful example of a business doing more than just providing a service. It's genuinely changing lives, unlocking potential.
Yeah, and if we zoom out for a second, Rising Tide does more than just fill an employment gap, which is critical, obviously, for neurodivergent people. It kind of provides a blueprint. It really demonstrates the huge value in building work environments based on psychological safety, and having clear paths to success, recognizing that basic human need for purpose
Yeah.
and seeing the results of your efforts.
Hmm.
These are lessons that, frankly, any organization could learn from.
Absolutely. Which kind of leads to a final thought, maybe for you or listener to consider. Thinking beyond just autism or specific neurodiversities, how could these core principles from Rising Tide be applied elsewhere? Things like creating those clear arcs of success, really prioritizing psychological safety, building genuine belonging. How could those ideas be used in different industries, maybe different community projects? How could we use these insights to unlock potential and create truly meaningful opportunities for all kinds of people, whatever their unique abilities or challenges might be? Something to think about.